Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session to feel more confident around dogs. It was created for someone that had, in the past, a very severe phobia around dogs. They'd managed to get to a point where they could be in the same room as a dog and kind of acknowledge that dogs, weren't necessarily as bad as they thought they were in the past, but they weren't fully at the stage they wanted to be. So for them, this was about creating evaluations and beliefs that were empowering and positive. For someone that has an intense fear of an animal, their dominant beliefs and evaluations are that things like they're horrible, they're awful, they make me feel anxious, they're out to get me, I don't like how I feel around them. Those are the kind of evaluations. But people that don't feel that way about exactly the same animal might say, oh, they're lovely, they're cute, they're friendly, they're loyal, whatever it might be. So it's taking that principle and applying it to dogs. To get the best out of this session, because statistically it's unlikely that you have a fear of dogs, unless you've actually searched for that title specifically to find this episode. But if you're just listening to this, I want you to think of an animal that you don't particularly like. It might be a mouse or a rat or a spider or something like that. And as you're listening to this, I want you to think of what would the equivalent positive evaluations be if it was for the animal that you don't particularly like. Because what you're doing here is by updating generalizations, associations, evaluations, and belief, that then quite often is the doorway to the emotions that follow. Have empowering positive beliefs, and generally you're going to get empowering positive emotions that follow. And I'll use myself as an example here because I used to be very indifferent about spiders. I didn't like them, but I wasn't afraid of them either. And for many years, I did a spider phobia workshop where I would do the hypnosis part and the person I was working with would talk about spiders. And they had a collection of incredible tarantulas. So month after month, I would see these intricate designs, and you could have almost like shiny metallic blue and kind of vibrant reds. And for me in my head, spiders were just brown or black in color. They didn't have colors. So the evidence enabled me to update my belief systems. So I went from being indifferent around spiders to finding them fascinating, somewhat intriguing, beautiful creatures in certain cases. So you can update your belief systems about pretty much anything, especially those things that cause unuseful or undesirable emotions. So if you do have an intense fear of an animal, you can try this session to see if it's useful, and it probably will be useful if you have fear of dogs. But if you are struggling in some way, I've helped hundreds of animal phobics get over their fear. So there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me, and then we can discuss how one-on-one we can help get rid of that phobia pretty quick. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. As they close, position your body in a way that you can feel comfortable. Become aware of the speed of your breathing. And on the next inward breath, attempt to take 2 or 3 inward breaths without breathing out, opening up your lungs, breathing in more oxygen, and as you exhale, do the opposite and attempt to breathe out 3 times, exhaling before breathing in again, enabling you to open up those lungs, activate that diaphragm. But in addition to that, imagine that you're breathing in a wonderful feeling of resourceful relaxation, breathing in the relaxation, and as you exhale, allowing feelings of tension, stress, or anxiety to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, become aware of any feelings of tension in your body, maybe in your forehead or around your eyes, maybe in your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. And as you breathe in, just imagine breathing in that really strong, resourceful feeling of relaxation that melts away tension. And as you exhale, just feel that tension leaving your body, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed just by breathing in and breathing out. So you can feel more and more relaxed and comfortable. I want you to imagine being in your own home, and imagine seeing a friendly dog. And I want you to feel those times in your life where you felt you're most relaxed, most calm, most confident, deep within you, breathing in and breathing out as if you were completely calm, relaxed, and confident. And I want you to imagine, as you see that dog perhaps sleeping there, notice how relaxed the dog looks. And as you breathe in and breathe out, notice you're becoming just as relaxed as that dog, if not even more. And I want you to imagine that in the past you had beliefs about dogs that weren't true, that felt true. That dogs are scary. Dogs make me feel anxious. These were generalizations that created self-fulfilling prophecies until they became true for you. And I want you to imagine that when the beliefs change, the evaluations change. And when the evaluations change, the emotions change. And then the experiences change. And that entire self-fulfilling prophecy that's been working against you can then work for you. As you breathe in and breathe out, start to think of the most wonderful things you could believe about dogs. They're cute, friendly, loyal. And as you start holding on to those ideas, see that friendly dog there in your own house, and just accept that those beliefs are true. I want you to imagine what it would be like to be in the kitchen, cooking, immersed in the food you're cooking, and then look down and there's that friendly dog just roaming around, And notice you can do that without any fear or anxiety at all. Or maybe you could imagine just working at a desk, in front of a computer, on a phone call. Minutes and minutes have gone by, and then you realize there was a dog close by all along, and you are completely unfazed. Any jolts of anxiety or surprise are natural. These are just echoes of beliefs you used to have, but don't have them anymore. And as the beliefs fully change, these echoes of the past are opportunities to update belief systems and emotions and experiences so that those activated neural networks update their software, have the latest operating system. You wouldn't use a smartphone that had an operating system that was 1 or 2 years old, and yet for certain things in your life, you've been running an operating system that is decades old. So if your unconscious mind agrees it might be worthwhile updating the operating system of what we call thoughts and beliefs about dogs, let me know by nodding your head. And as the beliefs change, the emotions change. The emotions change, the behavior changes. And don't be surprised if beliefs lead to thoughts, thoughts leads to actions, actions lead to even stronger beliefs. So I want you to imagine perhaps getting close to that friendly dog and maybe stroking that friendly dog, and just feel how you would feel to have your hands on the fur of that dog. And I want you to think about this idea of unconditional love. That humans quite often will only be friends with people where they stand to benefit. But dogs are known for being loyal, affectionate, and having unconditional love. You can scream at a dog, get annoyed with a dog, but they forgive quickly and easily. And as you imagine stroking that dog, say to yourself, dogs love unconditionally. You are grateful for the loyalty and dedication that dogs show. You're not just aware of the unconditional love and affection, but you cherish the unconditional love and affection that dogs provide. And maybe you could think that there are people out there in the world that don't have family or friends, and dogs are their companionship, a connection. And maybe you could believe that dogs help you connect with others and build friendships. Sometimes they bring in cute puppies and dogs into hospitals so that people going through very serious treatment get to lower their blood pressure and feel more relaxed. So you could imagine that with a dog by your side, you can feel your stress and anxiety just melt away. It's possible to believe that dogs encourage you to lead a more active and healthier lifestyle. Every time there's a dog walk, taking it to the forest, the beach, just to the local park, walking, running, chasing, playing with dogs could lead to a healthier life. Dogs are friendly. And you could imagine that spending time with dogs actually can lift your mood and bring you joy. It's the instinct of many dogs to protect. So as you imagine staring into the eyes of that friendly dog, say to yourself, dogs are loyal and dogs protect. And you can feel protected and safe thanks to dogs' natural protective instincts. If you've had a hard day or received bad news, you could think that the presence of a dog is therapeutic and comforting in times of need. That your mental health improves every day because of the companionship that dogs offer. Dogs are fluffy, dogs are cute. And having a dog teaches responsibility, empathy, and compassion. Your heart health can improve, but also feel that if you can change beliefs about a dog, you can change beliefs about anything. If you can have a new relationship with yourself about how you feel about dogs, that could apply to anything else. Because when you overcome one fear, you have irrefutable evidence that you could overcome any fear. Maybe you're aware of dogs that help people that are blind or deaf. And therefore they can be trained, they can be intelligent. And you can appreciate the incredible service and assistance that dogs provide to those in need. Vulnerable people feel safer with a dog in their home. Dogs are very aware, very intuitive, but they're also great listeners, offering comfort, willing to listen to anything that needs to be said. Dogs are friendly. Dogs are loyal. Dogs are loving. Dogs are kind. Dogs are very aware. And dogs don't like to cause distress. If they feel like they're upsetting someone, they will move away. But they can also detect when someone needs support, connection. These creatures that have been bred over generations and generations somehow created the most loving, loyal, kind creatures the planet has seen. With a dog in the house, you are never alone. Dogs are in tune with your emotions, giving you what you need depending on when you need it. And with dogs, you learn and grow each day. Dogs demonstrate the idea of neural plasticity. They link words with different actions. Even though they don't know our language, they can be trained. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but anyone with a dog knows that isn't true. Dogs learn fast. Dogs can be trained, but they also figure things out. Adventures are more fun and fulfilling with a dog. And as you look at that particular dog, what if that dog has a role to play for the next few days? way of getting you feeling comfortable in close proximity to a dog, to expand your comfort zone, but also to update these old beliefs and evaluations about dog to new and useful ones. That they are cute and kind and friendly, protective and loving. And it's very difficult to hold on to those beliefs and experience anything other than joy, compassion and affection. I want you to imagine a world where dogs didn't exist. And to think that all the joy they give, all the protection they give, all the companionship they give, that no matter your personal feelings about dogs in the past, generally, the world is a better place with dogs in it. Breathe in and breathe out and imagine maybe it's a week or 2 weeks in the future, and see yourself doing something that you didn't think would be possible. Something that gives you evidence that your relationship and thoughts and beliefs and emotions connected to dogs has completely changed. Maybe you're stroking 2 or 3 dogs at the same time. Maybe you're playing with them in the park. I want you to see yourself doing something that shatters any of the old beliefs that you can't be with dogs. And if you can see that idea of you in the future doing something that completely changes your own evaluations about your relationship with dogs, let me know by nodding your head. Breathing in and breathing out. And open your mind to the possibility that as your comfort zone expands, your anxiety decreases. You've already made so much progress. And as that comfort zone expands, the way it can expand the quickest is to do the things you didn't think possible. And once you've done them, once, twice, 3 times, everything less than that automatically becomes part of your comfort zone. So maybe there's places with lots of dogs. Or maybe you could imagine giving a dog a hug. Maybe doing some more dog sitting. As you imagine those things, just feel the comfort zone expanding, your anxiety reducing, as you are looking forward to a future where you like dogs, you enjoy the company of dogs, and barriers are no longer needed, real or imagined. You can be vigilant around dogs that are agitated or aggressive. You can be discerning. But your default position from this point onwards, that dogs are friendly, dogs are safe, dogs are cute and kind and compassionate. And as you believe these things to be true, you will find more and more evidence to support those beliefs that you can enjoy the company of dogs. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel like you're returning to the present, but feel like you're updating beliefs about dogs, similar to how a phone updates its operating system. Imagine your brain rebooting, and as it starts again, it only has the new evaluations and beliefs about dogs. And you could imagine being close to a dog, stroking it, taking it for a walk, or having it be in close proximity to you without any anxiety at all. Very soon we're going to return to the present before I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Connect to the present as you wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, fully in the present in this moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resourceful, optimistic, full of self-belief, willing to find evidence to support your new beliefs that you like dogs, dogs are friendly, and dogs make you feel good. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.